We begin here in Billings, where a suspicious fire is under investigation on the south side. Firefighters responded to a report of a structure fire on the 100 block of Adams Street around 6:30 last night. Firefighters tell Q2 the fire was contained to the exterior of the house and there were no injuries. The damages are estimated at $1,000. No word yet on what caused the fire, but both a fire investigator and police detective responded to the scene. As California works through its deadliest and most costly wildfire season in history, how to respond to the danger and destruction of fires is ripe for debate. Secretary of Interior Ryan Zinke and Agriculture Secretary Sonny Perdue announced Tuesday what they believe needs to happen next. They believe improving forest management, like reducing dead trees on the forest floor, is essential. But Zinke also blames lawsuits filed to minimize logging.
It's not time for finger pointing. We know the problem. It's been years of neglect. And in many cases, it's been these radical environmentalists that want nature to take its course. We have dead and dying timber. We can manage it using best science, best practices. But to let this devastation go on year after year after year is unacceptable.
Both Zinke and Perdue will ask Congress to expand on the Good Neighbor program that will allow the federal government to work with tribal and state agencies to manage forest land. They will also ask Congress to approve additional money in the Farm Bill for wildfire programs. Meanwhile, the Camp Fire in Northern California has burned more than 152,000 acres and is 75% contained. As of this morning, the death toll is 81 and hundreds are still missing. All Montana fire crews who traveled to California to aid in the deadly and devastating wildfires have returned home. The last of them got home Monday night, but now the Red Cross of Montana is stepping up. There are currently 4 people deployed to California to help families impacted by the fires. The volunteers are assisting with mass care, shelter, transportation, and mental health services. The volunteers come from all across the state, including Lewistown, Kalispell, Moccasin, and Billings. Meanwhile, Billings Clinic has some major expansions in its future right here in Billings and in Bozeman. Officials with the clinic made the announcement on Tuesday and say it will strengthen Montana's medical corridor, help attract the best physicians, and serve patients better well into the future.
It's a really good day for Billings Clinic and even a better day for our patients both here as well as across the region.
We are bullish on Billings and excited about helping to see our town continue to grow, especially our downtown corridor.
Billings Clinic officials say they will get started with construction as soon as possible in the new year and wrap up by the year 2021. Some improvements include adding 2 stories to the hospital tower above the emergency department, relocating several departments to allow for better patient access, expanding the outpatient surgery center, upgrading the cath lab, and building a 430-space employee garage.
Out of all the projects we're doing, if you're an employee, the parking garage. But if you're a patient, the biggest advantage is really going to be transforming the way we deliver care on that first floor of our clinic. Moving all of those primary care opportunities to the single first floor will create wonderful opportunities for us to increase the access for our patients to get to that care, and will also allow our multidisciplinary care teams to work together in a new environment.
One challenge is going to be, are we going to be able to continue to attract top-level medical talent to Billings? We've got to make sure we have a really exciting community where people want to live, and this really stresses the importance of doing that.
As mentioned, Billings Clinic also has big plans for the future of Bozeman healthcare. The clinic has long had a presence in Bozeman, but strictly OBGYN and pediatrics. Starting next year, 97,000 square feet will be dedicated to a much larger medical project, adding an urgent care and same-day care surgical center. The expansion will also add primary care and medical specialists to its roster. The clinic's goal is to have its new Bozeman Medical Center open by 2022. Between the expansions in Billings and Bozeman, the projects will cost more than $90 million. In Lockwood, progress is being made on construction of the new high school, and although it isn't set to be finished until the fall of 2020, plans are in place for next year's freshmen. Those students will begin their high school years at a special freshman academy. Superintendent Tobin Navasio tells Q2 a special auxiliary building will be ready to go in August, placing roughly 125 freshmen to start off the school year. The building will house a gym, classrooms, and common areas for students prior to the actual high school being built. Right now, registration questionnaires are being sent out to students and parents to determine what classes to offer. Navasio believes they will even have enough freshmen to start some major sports programs like football and basketball. As far as the budget, Navasio says the district is now working with the architect to finalize plans. The new high school is set to have updated security, a large gym, auditorium, along with career and tech education spaces. In other news, new numbers indicate this year's hunting harvest is down across south central Montana. Wardens say last weekend's cooler weather and snowy conditions could be to blame. At the Billings Heights check station, 431 hunters checked in this past weekend, which is well below the 505 hunters from the same weekend last year. At the Columbus check station, 153 hunters stopped in. That's down 29. The Lavina station saw its second smallest number on record, with 183 hunters checking in, off by 12%. Well, today is the day drivers can check out the improved Zimmerman Trail. The long-awaited green light for the popular Rims to Valley route comes after months of detours and extended commutes. Luke LaLiberty with KLJ, the company in charge of the project, says the trail will reopen sometime this afternoon. Motorists will have a chance to see the wider and better lit road, and at the top, a newly installed roundabout at the intersection of Highway 3. Zimmerman Trail has been closed to travel since the end of June. Luke also tells us the hotline for the Zimmerman Trail construction project will remain in service through the month of December to answer questions and concerns from community members. Staying on the topic of travel, Thanksgiving Day is almost here, setting the stage for the busiest travel weekend of the year. When it comes to Thanksgiving travel, Montana ranks 8th in a list of the most dangerous states. Our neighbors, North Dakota and Wyoming, crack the top 5 most dangerous, coming in at number 1 and number 3 respectively. Captain Jim Kitchen with the Montana Highway Patrol says it's simple to arrive safely.
Slow down, pay attention to your driving, wear your seatbelts, don't drink and drive, take survival gear in your vehicle. If the roads are bad, you know, if you could go a day before or a half a day before, go ahead and get that done, because that way you get more relaxed time when you're there, and don't push the envelope on the time. That's one of the biggest things that we see.
Captain Kitchen reminds us MHP uses statistical crash analysis data to predict what areas of the road might need the most attention. He also says use the MDT website to check on road conditions before you take off. From the roads to the table, a growing number of people across the country are celebrating Friendsgiving. CBS's Hillary Lane has a look at how groups of friends are putting their own spin on the traditional Thanksgiving meal.
Chadwick Boyd is whipping up his favorite dishes for a Thanksgiving meal with friends, known as Friendsgiving.
Friendsgiving, I think, is a time to come together at the table.
Boyd is a food writer and lifestyle expert. He hosts a Friendsgiving every year, and his recipe for success is having guests bring a dish of their own.
You have to give somebody a job, something to bring, because it really is like this cool, modern potluck dinner.
A survey from Chowhound.com found 1 out of 3 people plan to attend or host a Friendsgiving this year.
Turkey's turkeying, yams are yamming.
The show Friends featured the idea of spending the holiday with friends back in 1994.
I know this isn't exactly the kind of Thanksgiving that all of you plan, but for me, this has been really great.
But the term Friendsgiving didn't start gaining traction until 2007, when a hashtag helped it take off on social media.
There's definitely an increase in popularity. I would say definitely with a younger generation.
Chowhound.com's Joey Skladany says some people choose to celebrate with friends because they can't get home for the holiday, but others choose friends over family.
We may not necessarily want to go home for the holidays, and planning a Friendsgiving is the next best thing. You get to surround yourself with with people that you actually want to talk to at the dinner table and not crazy Aunt Mildred.
And if you don't cook,
any advice for people who may be overwhelmed by the idea of cooking a dish for Friendsgiving?
Bring the booze.
For Boyd, friends, food, and fun are the perfect ingredients for a Friendsgiving feast. Hillary Lane, CBS News, New York.
And in other news, before we take a break, state wildlife biologists say more grizzly bears on the northern continental divide have died from run-ins with humans this year than in any year in recent history. Yet, even with the spike in mortalities, they say there haven't been enough deaths to impact the overall survivability of the grizzly population. MTM's Dennis Bragg has more for us on the latest numbers.
Wildlife managers meeting in Missoula say this has been a record year for grizzly deaths in the northern continental divide ecosystem. That sprawl of country, including Glacier National Park, the vastness of the Bob Marshall Wilderness, and now much of the surrounding country. In all, there have been 51 known and confirmed fatalities, some from human interaction and some from natural causes.
And some of that is because it was associated with females with cubs. And so even if the female was killed, in some cases the cubs didn't actually die, but they were removed from the population, and so we consider those mortalities.
Collisions with vehicles were by far and away the leading cause of deaths for grizzlies this year, but Costello tells me that's not unexpected, given the bears' increasing population and the fact that they're wandering over a much wider range.
In all, 17 bears were killed crossing roads, nearly twice the combined amount from 2004 to 2017. That's a spike, but biologists believe it's indicative of the overall population growth.
It's not out of the range that we've seen. It's a little bit of an outlier because it's a little high relative to that trend, but it's still part of that trend.
And not all those deaths are complete tragedies. Case in point was the collision which killed a grizzly sow last summer near Lincoln. FWP was able to save her 3 cubs and find them a new home in a zoo in Quebec, where they were recently named Alaska, Yukon, and Chinook in a contest. Some who've been criticizing data suggesting the bears should lose their federal protection as a threatened species worry the deaths could be twice as high, given that tracking only involves the NCD recovery area. Costello says the spike in mortality still keeps the overall population within the targets biologists consider a healthy population of grizzlies along the northern divide.
We don't see anything alarming with the numbers that we see this year. They're within the thresholds that we have set previously.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.